How much is too much, y'all? How much is too much? That's my question. When I have children in the school system, I have to make sure my children have a phone on them. Not because I want them to text and scroll on Instagram, not because I want them to do the TikTok dances in the bathroom, because I fear for their safety. Because I never know if one day they go to school and while they're going to lunch, somebody, which may be one of their peers at that, starts shooting. Isn't that ridiculous, y'all? Yeah. Isn't that ridiculous? What if we took that same, when I think about what's been taking place, right? We've had great advocates like Mom Demand Action. Moms. I rode with my mom all day yesterday. So I'm singular on that. But Moms Demand Action advocating for common sense gun laws. We're not trying to take anybody's guns. I'm a licensed firearm carrying person. I don't see a problem with somebody who is legally eligible to hold a gun, somebody who is legally not a threat to somebody in their environment to have a gun. I don't see a problem with that. But if we're not going to do something simple like universal background checks, why can somebody go to a gun show and get a gun? It's no different than somebody going around the corner to grab some drugs. And so we've had these advocates advocating for policy, especially here in our state. And then what do we get? Constitutional carry. Everybody can carry a gun. So I want to try to frame this in some different, from a different perspective. What if we took that same perspective when it came to drugs and the opioid crisis, right? Right? So we see that folks are dying left and right, especially here in Chatham County due to overdoses on fentanyl and stuff like that. What if the answer was give everybody more drugs? See how ridiculous that sounds? But that's what we're dealing with here in our state. We can't get universal background checks passed. We can't get just simple measures as it relates to storage of your firearms passed, let alone the fact that a child, somebody who's not old enough to buy cigarettes, can still hold a firearm legally in this state. That's scary to me, y'all. That's scary to me, and it should be scary to you. So don't listen to the fear-mongering of, oh, they're trying to take our guns. The reason they say that is because they know doggone well that common sense is common sense. And they're trying to play on you as if you have none. So when you buy into that, anybody who comes to me and says, y'all are trying to take our guns, well, I'm strapped right now, and I don't think they're trying to take all our guns. But when we buy into the fear-mongering, this is what happens. We see shootings right in our backyard. We see shootings right up the road. It's so sad to hear about those victims at Apalachee. That easily could have been a classmate of my child's. That easily could have been a colleague from my church. That easily could have been somebody that I see at the grocery store who lets me go forward because I only have bread and they have a basket full. You know, that's how personal this should be to y'all. This should be very personal to you because at the end of the day, as more people have guns, as more people who commit domestic violence have proven themselves to be a threat to our community get guns, the more of this we're going to deal with. It's going to be more rainy days, and I don't just mean that literally, I mean that figuratively as well. No mother, no father should have to be afraid to send their child to school in fear of what could happen, in fear of somebody's parent who doesn't care letting their kid go and grab their gun. A parent who just leaves their gun sitting around, and then this kid who's, maybe been bullied, maybe has some challenges, mental challenges that have not been addressed because societal norms don't let those get addressed. Now that kid goes and shoots up a school. I'm tired of it, y'all. At what point is enough enough? And so what I want to do is just as a call to action is to encourage all of you here, all of you upon the sound of my voice, to call your local legislators, call your state delegation, the Republicans, the Democrats, ask your local elected officials to enact whatever we can to get stuff done. Because at the end of the day, it's all fun and games until it's in your family. It's all fun and games until you're going to a funeral for a death that could have been prevented. Enough is enough, man.